Hi guys, and welcome to this special edition of the Deep Dive with me, Peter Nardi. Today I've got a good friend of mine joining me, and he has appeared on a Deep Dive before, so I'm really excited. We're going to be speaking about two of his brand new products. One is a particularly great effect I'm really excited about. Actually, that's wrong. Both are great effects, but one of them's an effect that I already perform, but with a brand new take on it that I think will be perfect for parlour performances. This thing is great, so I can't wait to tell you about that. But before we get into it, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. That's that way, down there. And you'll be notified every time we go live on YouTube. So anyway, without further ado, let's introduce my special guest for today. It's the fabulous Mr. Mark Bennett.
Hello, buddy.
How are you?
Very humble, sir. Very humbled.
How are you, mate? You good?
I'm all right. Yeah, good. Thank you. Yes, as you as well, probably prepping for the biggest convention in the world.
Yeah, yeah. It's no easy task, is it?
No. It's just, and obviously with more effects now. Last year it was quite minimum. Now I've got more effects, and I'm just like boxes. It's just,
and
this is the tiniest shed in the world.
And that when you're running, a really successful magic bar, which must take up a hell of a lot of your time anyway.
Yeah, well, at this point, I'm supposed to be paying the staff right now, but they can wait.
So let's get into these. Let's get into these products. We've got two to speak about today, and one of them, like I mentioned, is an effect that I perform anyway, or a take on an effect that I perform anyway, which is I perform the King's Secret, which I think is a phenomenal routine for lay people. You can't ask any more from a routine. The reactions it gets, they've got a nice bit of visual magic. It's got everything for something that's really easy to do, to be fair.
Yeah, and it was actually magicians that inspired myself and Matthew to release this version, the newest version called Deadman's Hand, because the Americans were going, well, we've got the Queen's Nose, we've got that one, we've got the Queen's Nose, we've got the King's Secret, all right, it's all English. What about the Americans? What are you going to do for us? So we sat down and we decided to say, okay, what can we do? And our first thought was, well, should we do, a president, etc., and we do a president's one? And then we were just like, well, I don't know. And then we thought, well, let's make up something a little bit more fun, and we come up with the Deadman's Hand, which was originally called Billy the Kid. We were just going to do Billy the Kid, and the coins are smaller. So this is the bounty coin. So you get a bounty coin of Billy the Kid saying "Wanted, dead or alive, Billy the Kid." At the bottom here, where the numbers are, is 1881 for the Deadman's Hand. Yeah. And then on the back, you have this beautiful two guns. I don't know if that's in focus. I don't know if that's going to go in focus.
Bring it forward. Bring it forward. That's it. Stop there. Yeah, okay. Perfect. So, yeah, great.
It's got this kind of Mexican feel. It's got this Western feel all the way over. And, and then you got Billy on the front as a bounty coin. Because what we didn't know, and this is how much research we've done, but if you had a wanted poster, and it said, Billy the Kid, wanted $500, dead or alive, you were not allowed just to go and shoot him and just say, I shot him. You'll get done for murder yourself. Just because you had this, you weren't allowed. You had to be deputized. And that's where the coin
comes in.
You've got this US Marshal coin, bounty coin. That's what you use. And that's what you hand out for your examination. And the same as in the King's Secret, you get 3 reveals. You get an ace of spades, you get 3 of clubs, and then you get a 5 of diamonds. And you see how big and vibrant they are. They pop straight away as well.
They look great. So those coins are smaller. They're bigger than $half,
yes.
right? They look bigger than $half.
38 mil, so it's $1/2, I think.
Oh, right.
So yeah, 38 mil. So we've gone down that route of, yes, they're a lot smaller. The King's Secret is a commemorative coin, so that's the whole story of it. It was given to his magicians, etc. You know, that's the kind of thing. But obviously, with the American side of going down, we've gone with the dollar coin, $1. So it's 38 mil. So a lot smaller. And it's what we've done as well is we've gone from the tricks that we've put in and the tutorial. It's simple magic trick, a little bit of further on, then a little intermediate, and then to a full parlor that you can use all the bits and bobs that you have within the step. You can use all of what's in the special set, but if you just go for the standard coins, you can still do the effects as you know that we from beginner to intermediate. So
let's just explain this. So that it's available in 2 versions. You've got standard. So the standard, you still get obviously the full instructions, and you get the free coins, but you supply your own cards. You don't get the poster. 4 coins. Oh yeah, of course, because you get your own gimmicks. But you don't get the extras like the special deck and the poster. But you get the coins. So if you know, the Queen's Secret or the King's Secret, or the Queen's Nose. It's the same sort of thing like that. The thing that excites me about this is I'm still very old school. When I perform, even if it's a flash in the pan 5-second trick, it takes me about 4 minutes of presentation to do it. I like giving the patter, I like having the story, I like drawing them in, and that's what really excited me about this. And to be fair, for me, it's the special edition all the way, because I love the props. I love having the story, and just having these bits intrigues your spectators. It really draws them into the story as well.
With the wanted poster, what's really nice, we've built in the 3 reveals as well. So what you have is if we fold the card, the poster in half, you get the 5 of diamonds here. On the back is where it's like it's an old map of South Dakota, and this is actually South or Dakota. Wasn't called South Dakota then, but it was Dakota. But all these little landmarks on here are actually of Dakota. But then it says here, gold is buried here. Take a spade.
Nice.
And then there is one. It's the most subtle, but it's my favourite. And it's the reveal for the 3 of clubs. I'll just make this one up. 2 secs. And so you have the 3 here, and you have the club there. Yeah, nice. It's very subtle. It's very subtle. It's Matthew and I kind of like have the tutorial. We kind of have a little discussion about it, and I was just like, "Oh, that's the one I use." He goes, "Well, this is the one I use." So, however you want to do it personally, you've got your 3 reveals there anyway.
Yeah, and that's but it's if you want to use them, because you've got your
exactly.
Yeah, you've got the killer on the coin.
Yeah, exactly, and we've. Within the pack as well, you also get this story of Billy the Kid, who he's over here, isn't he? So Billy the Kid and Wild Bill Hickok sitting in a tavern playing cards, and Wild Bill's holding the dead man's hand. It's dated August 1876, the day he was murdered. Now you can do this. Could be Jack McCall, the man who murdered him. Could be up to you. However you want to play the story, go for the story. But it's like a little write up of like why it was the Deadman's hand, and it's just this authentic, you know, if you want to go for this full story, you can go for it. It's all there. It's all there.
Yeah, absolutely love it.
You also get in the special something that I worked, and so did James Howells, worked on for a very long time, and obviously with Matthew's constant no, change that bit, change this bit, change that bit, while he's sipping a sangria while James and I were at the computer burning our eyes on, in the real world. But you do get an authentic old, the box is craft paper, so when you feel it, you've got this rough texture. There is nothing on the box other than saying Deadwood Saloon. That's it. And then there's a saloon here, but there is no other markings, no barcodes, no nothing. It's an authentic old box.
Yeah,
now,
looks great.
And then the cards, painstakingly, all of them have a different slight texture to them. They all have different bits of dirt, and it's not always in the same spot, and it's all being moved, so it's like an old deck. The court cards are old and, you know, just not, you know, like a standard bicycle deck. They've got an old feel to them all the way through, and also they're marked.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So they're a marked deck as well, because what you do get within the special is you get Matthew's also ninja stack that he's got out at the moment. So he teaches you with this deck, the ninja stack. But what is lovely is all the cards are marked. So from a distance, you can have a look. You get 3 gaffs within the deck. I'll find the I should have just used the backing, shouldn't I? There we go. So what we've done here as well is all the gaffs have these slight little markings, so when you're running through the deck like this, you can actually see a little marking that will tell you that's one of your 4's cards. You can go straight in on that side. There's where did I put those?
I've
really got the gaffs with bullet holes. We've got bullet holes. We've got everything. Everything's in it. Everything's in it. Everything's in it.
Really,
but it's sold out.
Into
what
this.
Can you do?
Yeah, and you've really gone into the deck. It's, you know, it surprised me. This is the first time I've heard about the deck itself with the markings, even the little, you know, the little markings so you can spot your key cards from the spread.
Yeah.
I just want to point out as well, you don't have to know how to do a stack. You don't have to know a stack to perform the effect. It's there as a bonus for a different routine.
Yeah.
But I mean, both are great, you know, the standard or the limited edition. If our members of the Alaka fam can, you know, splash out a little bit more and get limited edition, I think you're going to get so much more value out of that. You're going to get
I still think we've set it at we've set it at a decent price as well. That it doesn't burst banks, you know what I mean? No. For what you get in this edition, you know, this, you know, the pack of cards is great. They're kind of like, they're not bicycle stock, but they're on casino grade paper. So they feel great. They spread well. They're really, really nice. And the extra little bits that you get inside of the deck, it's just, it's all there. And you get your little carry bag with US Marshal written on it as well. And you have your little one as well that's slotted inside. But you get this little carrier bag anyway with the 4 coins. Obviously, you're only going to put 1 coin in it. Don't put both of them in it.
It's great though, mate. It's really good. I've got a trailer here. So shall we drop the trailer, and then when we come back, we're going to speak about the second exciting product. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the trailer for Deadman's Hand.
That is so bad. Hand on the side. Nah, this is nah, forget that. See you later.
Do you know me? Do you recognize my face? Once upon a time, my name was on every poster in every town. Hell, they even made me my own special coin. Sharpshooter. That's what they used to call me. Said I killed 21 men. Well, I'm pretty sure I don't know nothing about that. But one thing I do know, it's time to tell the real story. About the dead man's hand.
Shut the Shut up! What is the other one?
No! I said underneath you can.
Two black eights, two black aces is known as the Deadmans. The Deadman's hand. Two black eights, two aces.
It's great.
He's good, isn't he, Matthew? He makes a trailer, doesn't he?
He does. He's really good. He's a talented guy.
I do have to say, I'm going to have to thank Jasper Blakely again, aka Cockoff, for the Dead Man's Hand. He did the voice. He was the King.
That was great.
Do you know what? I just can't deal with Matthew when he's like, no, do it this way, do it that way. I'm just like, no, let's get Jasper to do it. And he sent so many. We didn't know half the time. We were like, is he being serious? Or is he out with us? Don't know. That kind of stuff. So, but he did a cracking job.
Jasper's great. So. Yeah, Jasper's great. So that is the Dead Man's Hand, and you can pick that up from Alex Sam Magic when we get more stock. But we should have more stock of the special edition coming in, and I think we've got some of the regulars in stock now anyway. But such a great effect. If you don't know what the effect is, go check out the King's Secret on the website or the Queen's Nose, and you'll see the basic effect there, even though it's got a different presentation. And obviously this lends itself if you want to do a longer presentation driven routine as well, which is what I like doing. I think it's great when you can add a story to it, because I think it really does hook them in as well. So
and it's really nice, because what we found as well when we were performing it, a lot of people knew Wild Bill Hickok more than they did about Billy the Kid.
Yeah,
you know, and it was just like, wow, you know, it looks like we went down the right route here a little bit, because when we were talking about we showed the poster or the photograph to a few people, and they was like, oh, that's Wild Bill Hickok, and they didn't recognise Billy the Kid. You know, because obviously, you know, it didn't look like Emilio Estevez. But yeah, that's the nice thing. And also as well, like what we say about the 1876, when you see Billy the Kid in the bar saloon playing cards with Wild Bill Hickok, is in 1876. Nobody knew who Billy the Kid was anyway. He didn't become Billy the Kid until 1877. So it's all this lovely little thing. So even if somebody goes back and tries to backtrack your magician story, you're still good. You're still good.
Yeah.
So it's great.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So the second effect we're going to talk about today is something you showed me a long time ago. You've been working on this for a while.
I have, and I've performed it so many times. My theatre does 6 shows a week. I do up to 6 shows a week, and I've been, I think it's about a year and a half ago, I think I showed you this, and it's been in my set ever since. So, and it's something I'm really, really happy with. It's nothing new. I will say that I didn't invent this in some respects, but I thought of an idea and I thought, wow, could I do it with that? And that's where it went. And then that's where the tinkering went, and all this, the bits and bobs and printing and all of this kind of stuff to get to the point where we are now for Get Smarty.
How cool is
Get
it? So
Smarty.
give us a brief overview of what it is. What is Get Smarty?
So Get Smarty originally was any small item into possible location, but I know a few magicians that have signed 20p pieces using that. I personally use it for ring to impossible location. So what I do is a sealed pack of Smarties is handed out after the ring's this is handed out. The ring then vanishes, and then they can see that this is completely sealed. They have to open up the pack of Smarties. They pour out, and what's lovely about this, and depends on how you want to do it. Do you want the ring to come out full all the way, or you want it to stay in there? Is that when you open this up, there's a little hole that the Smarties can come out, but the ring will stop. And you've got this lovely effect of this shining ring is just there, and you have to rip open the box to get their ring out, and you hand it over to them. So Get Smarty.
It's so nice. And for anyone of my age, Smarties no longer come with a little plastic pop-on lid.
This, obviously, when I thought of this idea, my original idea, I thought Mark Leveridge released a trick years and years ago called the ring box. And what it was is a cardboard tube, cotton wool. You shook it, and the ring, you lift up the lid, and the ring was on the top of the cotton wool. Brilliant trick. I used to do it in the bar all the time and loved it. And I thought, I wonder if you could do that with Smarties. Could you shoot it up into something? I don't know. Let's have a look. And I went down the shop and I was looking for Smarties, and I was like, well, that's not Smarties. They're hexagonal. Where's the Smartie? Where's the Smarties? 2005 they changed it, Peter. 2005.
Wow. But this adds so much more to it, because it is now sealed, whereas a Smartie tube, even though, okay, it had the lid on it, someone could easily think, well, he's just popped that lid on. Whereas this, you can't.
Exactly, yeah. Well, the American version, which is the M&B tube, now, obviously, you can buy these in anywhere from England, Germany, France, Australia, anything over that side. Smarties, fine. They're on our side of the water.
Yeah.
In America, Smarties are sold in square boxes, so they don't come in tubes. They don't do them in these like this at all.
Right.
They sell Smarties, but not these. So America only have these, the M&M's Minis tube.
Right.
Now, with these, I will say this, with the Smarties gimmick, you can't reuse the cardboard box because you've ripped it open. You can't reuse it. So it's a one-time deal. So, you know, stock up on your Smarties, which I do. Wholesalers, they love me. So it's a one-time deal, and the box pours into a wine glass, hand back the Smarties in the ring, off they go. With the M&B tube, you can reuse it, because what you do is you get resealers, so you can reseal it, because this is plastic factory sealed, so they can't open it. So it's even more that when you perform this one, they've got to rip open this plastic and get it out to get the M&Ms out and the ring on that side, and that's the M&B tube. So this is for the American, and you can buy this in England as well. You can do this and use this for English. I will show you the loads on both sides. This is the gimmick for Get Smarty. Now, people have said, "Oh, why is this too short? Why is this not so big?" I have to go to the size of the box. I can't change the size of the box. I have to go to the size of the box. If I made it wider, then the structure of the box wouldn't hold the gimmick, and it would fall. There would be no structure, and it wouldn't be able to stay in there, and you wouldn't be able to use it. With the M&M's one, it's a larger load, but because it's a larger load, you have a structure over the top here that has to keep it, otherwise it won't go in. So even though it's a larger load, you have to be wary of that it's still got to come out of this hole here and get into your tube. So that's the only thing I'll say. But I use this for a lady's ring, vanish it, 20 pence a piece, vanish it, put it in, rip it open, and everything's there. Same with the Smarties, you know, when they're holding it, they can shake it, they pour it out, and you're good to go. But yeah, I'm really, 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 really happy that these have finally landed. And because I've been lecturing this and kind of selling it to people on the black market in some respects. But I was still filming the tutorial. I flew over to Spain to film Deadman's Hand, and then Matt kindly helped me build up the trailer for this one as well, which is fantastic. But yeah, the reactions I get every week or every show is just like, what?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah. And it's just a lovely, impossible location. It can, now I know I do stage, but you can do this walk around. There's a solution that you know how to do. It's on the tutorial, and this can just go in your pocket. You can load it into your pocket, bring it out. It's on the trailer as well. When you see Tom Wright, he's doing walk around with it, and it's just so much fun. It is. Yeah. It's that little impossible location, and thanks to Mark Leverage, really, because I wouldn't have come up with it if I hadn't have thought, what could I do with his old trick? And then I ended up just building a bill tube.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, bill tube, when I got back into magic, like in my early 20s, I loved the bill tube. But even back then, you were thinking, what is it? I've got a tube with a pole going through it and a padlock on the end. And it's, I mean, all right, no one ever asked what it was, but you still think, I mean, it was never an object that was used. It wasn't organic, was it? No, it was just an object that was used for magic. There was no real world use for it. Whereas what you've done is created the bill tube in, you know, something that people are going to know, something that isn't going to look surprising, isn't going to look shocking, they're not going to question. It's a natural object that they're going to know of. And I think that's very, very strong when you're doing an effect like this, because straight away, The idea of magic prop isn't there. It's a tube of Smarties. It's M&Ms.
Yeah,
it's not a magic.
Couple of my guys also work in Slight Bar in Bath, which is a magic bar in Bath by Paul Brooks, and I asked the guys to say, look, here's a Get Smarty gimmick, go and have a play and, see what you can come up with. And a couple of them have, because they're very card-driven magicians, they wanted something a little bit more. And this is not on the tutorial, but if you do purchase it, hit me up for the Facebook page, because there's an owners group for Get Smarty, and they've already uploaded quite a few videos of how you can get a signed card into Get Smarty and the M&B tube. On how to do it and how to get it in there and how they use it and the reactions they get. So which is fantastic, because I believe there is going to be so many more ideas that people have with this. So that's why Facebook group, to people to share the ideas of, what else could you do with this routine?
Yeah.
And so if anybody does purchase it, just go find the Get Smarty, or I'll send a link out somewhere, or send me an email and I'll send you the link to join. But yeah, it's I have so much fun with it, and I'm really happy that it's out there. With the Get Smarty, what's quite nice is you get 4 gimmicks in the box, so you can have 4 set up ready to go. It does only take seconds to reset. You can, in theory, just take one of them, off you go, reset, 15 seconds to reset and put the new one in the new box. Or you can have 4 set up ready to go. So you don't have to worry about going, I've got 15 seconds to reset. You don't need to. You can have one in one pocket, the other one in the other pocket, and you can do it again. But I kind of like it as a top table routine, or, the paying table, because you're using a ring, be careful.
Yeah.
I've heard a Craig Petty one. I swear I've heard a Craig Petty line once when he went to do that, he actually opened his hand and the ring flew. I swear it was Craig Petty told me that story. And it flew towards the kitchen door, and the door opened up and it went through the door.
I think it was Craig, so I'm sure he's told me that.
I swear it was him. Yeah, I think I do remember him telling me that story. And
it's a lot safer than a ring flight as well. It's a lot safer than a ring flight.
You're in control. You're in control. We give you, Craig's on the tutorial with me, because he gives you lots of his insights of what he uses it for and how he uses it. You also get Craig's ring on the string routine, which is one of his. So you get that as a bonus effect on there. So he teaches you how he does his ring on string routine, and then loading it into the Get Smarty gimmick. So I use a handkerchief to vanish because I'm on stage, but Craig, the close-up guy that he is as well, gives you loads of different ways of how to vanish that ring, get it into the ball, that stuff. So there's loads of different ways you can do it. It is a beginner's trick, I would say. You don't really need to, as long as you can vanish something, and by using a handkerchief, very easy to do. So
yeah, 100%. And using a handkerchief as well gives you that really nice delayed vanish. So the actual Smarty tube or the MB tube could be out in play before they even perceive the rings vanished, which is
I think Tom and I, we use a fake location to start with, so they all think that's where it's going to be, and then when it's not, it's just like, and then Michael J. Fitch, thank you to Mr. Fitch. He turned around, he goes, why don't you say only Smarties have the answer? And I went, oh, of course. And I said, probably, because I'm not as old as you. That's probably why, Michael. And I was just like, oh my Lord. And it's a great line, and it's really nice. So you can have all this set up. That line doesn't work for the M&Ms. I don't know. No. You're gonna have to find your own one on that one. But for the only Smarties have the answer is a fantastic thing. But it's a lot of fun. It's just one of those ones of, you don't have to worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just crack on and do it. And next thing you know is they're pouring out these Smarties into a glass, and the customer gets to have some Smarties as well as their ring. How nice is that?
Yeah, it's brilliant, mate. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't we take a look at the trailer, then we'll come back, we'll say our goodbyes. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the trailer for Get Smarty.
notices one thing. Look, right there. Lovely hands, but I'm more interested in those rings. Gone. Completely gone.
Where's my ring?
Every single one of those. There it is.
How can you do that?
Brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, look at that. You got fireworks.
Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, that's weird.
It is. No, it is because it's the new gesture thing on Apple, I think. If you do the thumbs up.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, if you do a single thumbs up, you have a big floating thumbs up in front of you. Yeah,
Oh, really?
it's really weird. I only know that because... There you go.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I
Oh,
only
wow.
know that because it happened to me when I was on a chat with Wayne Goodman. All these fireworks going off everywhere.
Freaked me
So-
out.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us here on the Deep Dive. So just to remind everyone, we've got Deadman's Hand in the standard version where you get the free coins, plus you get obviously the instructional video. Then we've got the special edition, which comes with that custom deck of cards, the poster and the photograph. And you also get the Ninja stack with the deluxe version, or with both?
No, just with the deluxe.
With
Just
the deluxe. So you also get that. And we've got Get Smarty. And if you're in the US, if you're a US member of the Alaka fam, pick yourself up the fantastic MB tube, which looks really great. I mean, I just think I think both products are superb, both completely different. Use both of those and you've got a really strong close-up set. Really strong.
Yeah, it's, you know, you can see the reactions, you know, with Tom's and obviously, as we mentioned, you know, obviously Magic Singh uses it for his social media side as well. And it's one of those ones of that when you're doing it, it's that anticipation of what's inside, you know, is it in there, you know, and it's not, it's Smarties, isn't it? Until you pull them out.
So, brilliant. Right.
Fantastic.
So,
thank you, my friend.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to seeing you in Blackpool.
Indeed, yes. Well, if we do see each other, we're so busy. So busy. How many people have said, oh, I'll see you at Blackpool? Goes, will you?
Yeah.
Will you?
Yeah, if you pop by the stand, you will.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, exactly. And then
Top
it'll be bed by 8:30.
Yeah, same here, mate. You have a good one, Mark. Speak to you soon,
Thanks, buddy. Take care. Cheers.
Guys, so that was the fantastic Mark Bennett with his 2 brand new releases. You can get both of them now over on alakazam.co.uk. So pop along, put your order in. And remember, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, and you'll be notified every single time we go live with a brand new video right here on YouTube. So until the next deep dive, I'm Peter Nardi. Hopefully see you at Blackpool.